On today's Apple Daily, could we get a music-focused Apple event before WWDC? I'm Mike David and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you, and if you want the latest Apple news, leaks and rumours every weekday at 12 UTC, like this video, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. You can join the notification squad like a few people did on Friday. But let's get right into the news. All of a sudden, the Apple press are seemingly convinced that Apple will launch their own high-fidelity music streaming service, which will be ready to launch in the coming weeks. This would bring lossless, or at least less lossy music, to Apple Music. Let's call it Apple Music HiFi for now. There have been questions about whether Apple would launch such a service since Spotify announced their own HiFi service, as well as in the wake of AirPods Max being released last December. The service is rumoured to cost $9.99 a month per user, although it's unclear if that's a surcharge over the base cost, or if HiFi would be included in Apple Music subscriptions by default. And speaking of Apple Music, it would surely make sense for Apple's next generation AirPods that we've been hearing so much about, and seeing a lot of leaks for recently, to come along with any new music streaming service. There's expected to be the third generation of Apple's true wireless earbuds, with a new design and potentially wireless charging as standard at $149. There have also been rumours for other AirPods in the line, including AirPods X, which are presumably based on the low-cost Beats, AirPods Pro 2 and AirPods Pro Lite, which might be the worst product name I've ever heard in my life. Now, if there is to be a May Apple event, I would expect it would be on May the 11th, just because that's the furthest they can get it between the April event and WWDC, which would mean invites going out tomorrow on May the 4th, but a few weeks could refer to WWDC 2 for release. If there is another product event before WWDC though, I'd expect the event to be filled out with the M1X Max, most likely the larger iMac, but also possibly the MacBook Pro models and a Mac Mini. And next up, Apple Watch could well be set to join the rest of Apple's product lineup this year with a redesign in September, and the renders you can see right now show exactly what the Apple Watch could look like with the flat-sided design from the iPad Pro and iPhone 12. As always, these awesome renders come from Apple Tomorrow on Twitter, the one guy that we kind of work with for any renders that we're doing, and show how awesome this could look. I've also mentioned before that Apple Watch could be adding a blood glucose monitor in 2021, bringing even more information in addition to the flagship watches with ECG, blood oxygen level monitoring, fall detection, irregular heartbeat, plus keeping you active and moving with the activity ring tracker. Your Apple Watch is seriously good for your health. Couple of new members for the notification squad today, and if you want to join the notification squad, all you need to do, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and let me know in the comments using hashtag notification squad so that I can give you a shout out. New members today, Ni Jur and Joe Egan Sandwell. And into some iCave answers.
Victor Rose asks, Dave, what do you think is the possibility of Apple releasing an updated iPad mini? I've got a 4th gen, and the battery is starting to lose capacity. I'd like to get one with Apple Pencil.
Okay, so Apple Pencil already does work with iPad mini as far as I'm aware, unless I've missed something major, but you can use, I think it's the 1st generation Apple Pencil with it. With the next generation of iPad mini though, it's still not clear whether we're going to be getting a full redesign or just a chip bump. I think it would be quite disappointing if it is just a chip bump. Then the iPad mini would be sitting alongside, in terms of design, the cheapest iPads, but it would be more expensive because if it's going to get a chip bump, then it's going to be a lot quicker than the base iPad. So it's in a weird spot. I don't think Apple knows what they want to do with the iPad mini. I've definitely seen people asking for an iPad mini Pro. Again, I think when you kind of combine Pro and Mini or Lite or any of the other stuff, like I just said about AirPods Pro Lite, it just doesn't make sense as a name to me. But I do think that the iPad mini, although I did a video a while ago called why the iPad mini deserves to die or something like that, I do actually see kind of the point of it. My kids use iPad minis all the time, and they're like very, very early ones. They still work for what they need for watching a few videos and things like that, but it is a really handy size. It was the first iPad that I ever had was a mini when they first came out. I think they might have been $329 at the time. I think it might have been something like that. But they are great for reading. They're great for kind of note-taking and that sort of thing. I think it would be awesome for them to get the redesigns so that they look a lot more like the iPad Air and the iPad Pro, so they've got the flat sides. And I think it would be great if you can use the Apple Pencil 2 or whatever comes next with them with the wireless charging and things like that, because just the way that they charged the original Apple Pencil was horrendous, and surely it wouldn't have been that difficult to make a cable with a lightning port on one end and a lightning connector on the other end, so that it didn't have to just be sticking out of the end of your iPad. That just seems like it can't have been that hard to do. But that being said, yeah, I think it would be awesome. Just I don't have any information to give you, I'm afraid. I think the most likely time that we will see it will be September, when they update the iPad Air to get the A15, and I think they will probably do the same thing with iPad Mini. That might be just when they're waiting for to do it. That's my best guess.
Jim Frank 3 asks, iCave answers, what is the best way to move all my iTunes data from my Windows 10 laptop to a Mac Mini Bixer? Will I have to re-enter my iPhone encryption code? Thanks, Dave. Keep up the great work.
Thanks for the question. I think the first port of call would probably be to use Migration Assistant when you get your new Mac. It will allow you to bring over settings and things, although I'm not 100% sure. Now, if you've got your iTunes data on an external hard drive, which is what I would probably recommend, if you haven't, then I would move it to that. Move your whole iTunes folder, put it on an external drive, and format that as exFAT. Because then you should be able to actually just get your Mac to see that iTunes library file, and kind of, it will have to split it all out because you don't have iTunes on Big Sur. So you will be splitting it out into TV, music, and the podcast apps. And then I think Apple should be able to update your library, kind of allocate everything in. Now, I don't know how much stuff you've got in your iTunes library. I don't know how much stuff you've kind of downloaded. Anything that's purchases from iTunes will be available just to download again when you get your Mac. That's not a problem at all. It's anything that you've kind of added yourself manually, music, videos, TV shows, movies, that you kind of had a digital file of and you've added it into your iTunes library. Those are the things that you won't necessarily have access to automatically. Those are the things you would need to move over. Now, if for some reason Apple TV app and things like that can't import stuff, which I don't think will be the case, you could use something like iFlix. You can dump your whole folder into that, and it will add your metadata and allocate everything into the right folders in the TV app. So that's one that I use personally, and it works really well. Not sponsored by them or anything like that. It's worked really well for me. So maybe that's another option for you. But I think first of all, go down Migration Assistant, and then just move your iTunes library on an external hard drive. So thanks everyone for watching today. We have got a lot more stuff coming up this week. Probably. It all depends on what happens news-wise, but I've got a few things in the pocket as well. We have got some of my old iMacs down, so we can do some stuff around vintage Macs. If you're interested in that, hit me up in the comments and let me know what you want to know about. And also, hashtag iCaveAnswers if you've got a question for me to answer. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one.